Aliyah Boston, Rookie of the Year, All-Star, and rising face of the Indiana Fever, just did something bold, something that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. In a brand new interview, she didn't just defend her teammate Caitlin Clark. She directly called out Sheryl Swoopes, one of the most respected and decorated names in WNBA history. If you've been following women's basketball lately, you know there's been tension. Swoopes, a three-time MVP, Hall of Famer, and absolute icon, has been critical of Caitlin Clark from the very beginning. From doubting her college impact to questioning her transition to the pros, Swoopes has made headlines again and again with her blunt takes. But now, Aliyah Boston had enough. She decided to clap back, not with disrespect, but with confidence, poise, and facts. And the way she defended Caitlin Clark wasn't just powerful. It was a moment that reminded everyone why Boston herself is destined to be a leader for the next generation. In today's video, we're breaking down exactly what Boston said, why her words matter, how Swoopes responded, and what this means for Caitlin Clark, the Fever, and the WNBA as a whole. Trust me, this isn't just about basketball. This is about respect, generational clashes, and how the new wave of stars is changing the game forever. Let's dive into the drama. Sheryl Swoopes, the legend who spoke out. Before we even talk about Aliyah Boston's fiery response, we need to set the stage. Sheryl Swoopes isn't just anyone. She's a three-time WNBA MVP, a four-time champion, the first player to ever sign with the league, and a Hall of Famer. Her voice carries weight, a lot of it, so when Swoopes first began criticizing Caitlin Clark, people listened. She questioned whether Clark's college dominance at Iowa would translate to the WNBA. She suggested that the hype around Clark was overblown and that fans needed to temper expectations. Those comments sparked instant controversy. Boston steps to the mic. Aliyah Boston has never been afraid to speak her mind. From her college dominance at South Carolina under Dawn Staley to instantly becoming the centerpiece of the Fever, Boston carries herself with the maturity of a veteran. So when she was asked in a recent interview about the constant criticism Caitlin Clark receives, Boston didn't dodge the question. Instead, she leaned forward, looked straight into the camera, and made it crystal clear. She wasn't going to let the disrespect slide anymore. Boston said, "Caitlin has been incredible for this league. The way she works, the way she competes, the way she carries the Fever. People need to give her credit instead of tearing her down. Enough is enough." Calling out Swoopes. Boston's words hit hard because they weren't sugar-coated. She said, "With all due respect, legends like Sheryl should be lifting the next generation, not trying to tear us down. Caitlin is out here making history every night. Why can't we celebrate that?" Those words spread like wildfire. Fans instantly clipped the interview, blasting it across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Some called it bold, some called it disrespectful, but everyone agreed. Boston wasn't scared to say what others were only whispering. The phrase "enough is enough" became a rallying cry for Fever fans. It wasn't just about Clark anymore. It was about young stars demanding their respect from the legends who paved the way. Defending Caitlin Clark, more than stats. What makes Boston's defense of Caitlin so powerful is that it wasn't just emotional, it was factual. Boston pointed out Clark's impact both on and off the court. She talked about how Clark's arrival has boosted attendance, TV ratings, and national attention for the WNBA. "You can't deny what Caitlin has brought to this league," Boston said. "The numbers don't lie, and the way she battles every single game, that's real respect." She also highlighted Clark's work ethic. Teammates have often said Caitlin is the first one in the gym and the last one out. Boston reinforced that in the interview, saying Clark's preparation and competitiveness elevate everyone around her. Social media explodes. The second Boston's interview clip hit the internet, fans lost their minds. On Twitter, hashtags like #AliyahDefendsCaitlin and #RespectTheFever started trending. Fever fans praised Boston for standing up for her teammate, while even neutral fans admitted it took guts to call out a legend like Sheryl Swoopes. Some older fans sided with Swoopes, saying Boston didn't earn the right to challenge a Hall of Famer yet. But younger fans saw it differently. To them, this was exactly what the WNBA needed: passion, honesty, and new voices refusing to stay silent. Swoopes responds, "You knew it was coming." Sheryl Swoopes wasn't going to stay quiet after Boston's comments blew up. In her response, Swoopes maintained her position. She said she respected Clark's talent but believed the hype needed balance. "I'm not hating," she said. "I'm being real. Greatness takes time, and rookies still have to prove themselves." But when it came to Boston, Swoopes had mixed words. On one hand, she praised Aliyah for speaking her truth. On the other, she implied that younger players sometimes don't understand what it took to build this league. A generational divide. The tension between Boston and Swoopes highlights a bigger issue: the generational divide in women's basketball. The legends like Swoopes, Lisa Leslie, and Diana Taurasi built the foundation of the WNBA, often playing through low pay, little exposure, and minimal respect. Their toughness created the platform today's stars stand on. But now, stars like Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Angel Reese are bringing in record viewership, sponsorships, and mainstream buzz. They're reaping benefits the pioneers never had. And that's where the friction lies. Caitlin Clark reacts. So how did Caitlin Clark herself respond to all of this? In typical Caitlin fashion, she stayed calm and professional. When reporters asked her about Boston's defense, Clark smiled and said, "That's just Aliyah. She's always had my back. I appreciate her more than words can say." She also made it clear she didn't want the narrative to be about beef with Swoopes. "Sheryl is a legend. I respect everything she's done. I'm just focused on playing basketball and helping the Fever win games." But fans could tell Clark was moved by Boston's loyalty. For a rookie carrying so much pressure and criticism, having her teammate publicly defend her meant everything. The Fever's rising identity. Boston's interview wasn't just about Clark. It was about the Fever's identity as a team. For years, Indiana has been rebuilding, searching for stars who could bring them back into relevance. Now, with Boston and Clark leading the charge, they're finally becoming a team with swagger, confidence, and unity. Boston's words showed that the Fever aren't just talented, they're fearless. They won't be intimidated by legends, critics, or opponents. And that mentality is what makes them dangerous. What this means for the WNBA. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one interview. It's about the future of the WNBA. Aliyah Boston defending Caitlin Clark signals a shift in the league's culture. Younger stars aren't afraid to speak up. They're not just accepting criticism from legends, they're challenging it, respectfully but firmly. This kind of tension may feel uncomfortable, but it's exactly what grows sports. Rivalries, debates, and generational clashes keep fans engaged. They create storylines that transcend the game. So there you have it. Aliyah Boston didn't just speak her mind. She made a statement that will echo through the league for months to come. Her defense of Caitlin Clark wasn't about shade, it wasn't about clout, it was about respect. Respect for her teammate, respect for her generation, and respect for the growth of women's basketball. And while Sheryl Swoopes will always be a legend, Boston proved that the new wave of stars won't sit back quietly when one of their own is under fire. The beauty of all this? It shows the passion that makes the WNBA special. The pioneers still care deeply. The rookies are hungry to carve their own legacy. And the fans? We're here for every second of the drama. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Aliyah Boston was right to call out Sheryl Swoopes? Did Swoopes cross the line with her criticism of Caitlin Clark? Or was she just keeping it real? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get this debate going. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next viral WNBA story.